What's good, family? How you guys doing? Tomorrow we got a good day of fights ahead of us. We got UFC Perth, baby. UFC Perth. We got Carlos Ulberg versus Dominic Reyes. Yeah. This is one of them ones right here. Look at them boys. Look at them boys. Oh yeah, bro. This fight about to be one of the ones. At least I think so. I think it's gonna be fireworks. I think Dominic Reyes is looking for another knockout. I think he's knocked three knockouts in a row. 3-fight win streak. Carlos Ulberg, super nice. I think his only loss is to Kennedy Njoku, and I always forget how to say his last name. But yeah, Ulberg is nice. Striking tactician. You know, fights out of City Kickboxing with Izzy Volk, Kai Kara France, and my boy Dan Hooker. It's another guy coming out of City Kickboxing, Nalahur Sterling. We'll talk about him later. He's on this card. But yeah, Ulberg versus Reyes, man. This is one of them ones. The thing about Reyes, he has that left cross, straight dynamite. That's his bread and butter right there. I don't know. This is a toss-up, but we talk about it a little bit more later. Let me go to the beginning of the card. We got some good fights on this card, yo. I'm gonna tell you right now, straight up, I'm only gonna be talking about fights that I actually know the fighters. You know, I don't want to give y'all some like bullshit predictions, kind of like iffy or whatever. I'd rather kind of just talk about the fighters that I know. You know, don't get me wrong. You know, the fighters before are important, but I'm gonna skip y'all. Skip y'all for today. Skip you guys for today.
Respectfully.
Because I don't want to feel crazy. Real stupid, not big brain. But, yeah, man. Especially if we're doing bets. If you guys are betting, I want to give you some, like, real breakdown, real opinion on the fight. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm going to be betting. For sure. Alright, first fight. We gotta talk about this Jamie Mullarkey and Rolando Bedoya fight. You know, we got Jamie Mullarkey. I would put him in like vet status. I think I believe he has like around like 10 fights in the UFC now. 17-8 overall. Versus Rolando's 14-4 overall. They're both coming off a loss. I think Jamie's last fight was against Mauricio Rufy. We know how good of a striker Mauricio is. Rolando's coming off a loss. I think both of these guys are strikers, but I would give the edge to Jamie for sure. Jamie's, I would say his striking is more crisp. You know, I think Rolando's is pressure, you know, low volume striker, but a lot of pressure. But Jamie's crisp, you know, 5-4 in the UFC. Rolando's 0-3 in the UFC, you know. I believe they're both coming off of losing streaks, actually. Let's see. You know what? Let's look at Jamie's record real quick. Let's go down. 10 wins by KO, 3 by sub. It's not bad. Not bad at all. Striking accuracy, pretty average. Likes to diversify his striking. But look at his losses. We got Mauricio Rufy, Nasrat Haqparast. You know, 2 good losses, right? Nasrat is a good fighter. But yeah, 2 fight losing streak versus 3 fight losing streak. You know, in my opinion, I think Jamie got this. I don't really believe in Rolando like that. I see Jamie definitely taking this W. Like I said, he's 0-3. I think his fights were against Chaos Williams. And Chaos Williams is one of those guys that's like up and down right now. Chaos Williams, Keenan, and then he lost to Jai Herbert. Jai Herbert is the only person that I seen hurt Ilya Taporia. Hit him with that high kick, had him stunned for a little bit. So I would say that's a decent loss. Every loss is a decision, so that's good. At least he's not getting KO'd. He got a strong chin, especially against Williams. The fact that you ain't get KO, that's tough. But I think you're losing. I think another decision loss. I'm going for Jamie Malarkey for sure. That's what we betting on. We got the Australian boys. The last time I went against the hometown team was in this last Mexican card, Noche UFC. Yeah. I try to pick, some fighters against the Mexicans, yo. Oh my God, they proved me wrong, and it was beautiful. Like that Rob Font fight, I had Rob Font. He got dismantled. I did have Diego Lopez though. So, and then Mauricio Rufy let me down. He let me down for sure. What am I talking about? That was the card before. Let's move on to the next fight. Okay, we got Cameron Ralston, straight off Dana White Contender Series, versus Andre Petroski. That's the first fight. That's your debut. Your debut against Petroski. Okay. All right. Oh, you know what? Let me not skip over there. So there was a fight between the Malarkey fight and this fight. It was Jonathan Mikalev versus Oban Elliott. It looks like it got canceled, man. I'm hoping it's I hope nobody's injured like too badly. I'm sure it was an injury, but I'm hoping it's something that they could come back from. At least I'm praying. You know what I'm saying? But it definitely got canceled though, because it was right here. Pop. Anyways, Oban get healthy. Jonathan get healthy. So Cameron Ralston versus Andre Petroski. Petroski's good, man. Well-rounded for sure. I believe his last loss was against Edmund Shabazian. Shabazian's good. When he first came into the UFC, he was on a tear. Training under Ronda Rousey. He was on a tear. Then he lost like 3 or 4 straight. Changed his teams, and Edmund has been a beast since. So to me, Petroski's loss to Edmund is that's a good loss. That's a good loss for sure. And then we got Ralston. 12-3. Debut is this fight. He just came off the Dana White's Contender Series. 6'2". Lanky striker for sure. 78-inch reach. Look at that. Yeah, that's a little. That's beast time. Let me move myself. Hold on. Let me see if I can get myself out the way so you guys see this. Okay, y'all see that? Yeah. 78-inch reach versus 73. It's a big difference. But it's tough. You're going against a vet in your debut. That's tough. Let's look at Andre Petroski's record. 4 wins by knockout, 4 wins by submission. Well-rounded, that's what that tells me. Every fight that I've seen him, he threatens takedowns and headhunts. Look at that, headhunter for sure. You see that? 235. So 66 of his strikes is aiming for your head. 66% of them. Look at that. I think the man is, look at my notes real quick. He's 11-3 in the UFC. 11-3. You have 14 fights already compared to somebody who's debuting. That experience is everything. He has good wins. Look, he beat what's his name? Rodolfo Vieira. Bless you, God. He got notable wins over Rodolfo Vieira, Jeremy Sharp, And he got Nick Maximoff on his record. I believe Maximoff trains with Nate Diaz and them. Strong grappler. Strong grappler. Main thing I believe is his grappling. I think that's probably how he's gonna win. Especially on the feet with Ralston having such a crazy height difference. Well, it's not that crazy, just 2 inches, but that reach, yeah, that reach will do something. That reach will do something. But at the end of the day, I think for me, I'm betting on Ralston. Petroski. I think that experience is gonna take him to the W. I think he's gonna be able to get him to the ground, ground it out. If Ralston can't land one, that's the thing. Petroski's coming off of a loss. Confidence might be hit, but we'll see. We'll see. I think Petroski's gonna get the W. Like I say, he's 11-3 in the UFC. I think he just knows what he's doing, you know. And this is in the middleweight division, middleweight bout. Okay. All right, cool. So remember, my money's on Petroski. I got my money on Petroski for sure. Oh, come on, I need to get the W, baby. All right, next. Ooh, this fight right here, slept on. I don't know how nobody's talking about this fight right here. Come on. What are we talking about? Dog? I feel like this one right here, yeah, nobody, it's flying on the radar. Why? Navajo Sterling, super good, bro. Crispy. I feel like his striking is nice. This is another fighter out of City Kickboxing, yo. You know, City Kickboxing under Eugene Behrman. Yeah, that's a good squad right there. We got Izzy, you know, everybody in there. 6'4", 205, 79-inch reach, tactician, real aggressive. But also, like, it's weird. I feel like the people that come out of City Kickboxing, they deal with pressure well. You know, they deal with pressure well. He's coming off of a win, 7-0. Doesn't know what defeat tastes like, you know. So that confidence might carry him to the W. But he's not fighting a scrub. Rodolfo Bellato is good. The thing is about him, very aggressive, good striker. But his last fight was against Paul Craig. And he was winning. But Paul Craig, like, the momentum kind of went in Paul Craig's way. I guess it's in his favor. And then he landed an illegal knee while he was down. And it looked like it connected. But to the way that this guy fucking played it, yeah, he kind of pissed me off. Like, he was acting for sure. I mean, I'm sure you guys remember PDN versus Aljamain. This was worse. I feel like this guy needs an Academy Award for acting that. And that's why, look, no contest. They went, saw the cameras, and they were like, yo, this dude is acting. Ain't no way we're just gonna stop the fight based off of this bullshit. So they gave a dub to nobody. Paul Craig, at the end of the day, he committed a foul, so he didn't deserve the W. But this guy was acting, so he didn't deserve no W. So I love that. Anyways, back to this fight. Bellato's good, man. Bellato's good. I believe Navajo's 2-0 in the UFC. I want to say 2-0. Yep. With all unanimous decisions, just picking his fighters apart. Oh, he beat Ivan Erslan. Yeah, that's a good win. That's a big dude. It's a strong dude. Ivan Erslan. That's a good W right there. All right. Versus Rodolfo Bellato. This is a step up. I would definitely say that. The fact that he was just fighting a contender in Paul Craig, I would say, yeah, that's a step up. Bellato, 12-2-1, 7 wins by knockout. Whoa, whoa, put the cock back in. Pause. What am I saying? Anyways, wins by knockout 7, wins by submission 4. Aggressive, 8 first round finishes, I told you. 12-2-1. Striker, predominantly striker, headhunter, as we see. No! I gotta plug in my laptop. Okay, wow. There you go. Yeah. Ah. He hasn't tasted a W, bruh, in like 2 years. Oh my God. Cancel fight with Paul Craig, and then the no contest. Yeah, that terrible. And he drawed against Jimmy Crute. Jimmy Crute was good, but it's like, you know what? I know he has the experience, but at the end of the day, matter of fact, he's only 1-0-1-1 in the UFC. So 1 win, no losses, a draw, and a no contest. Yeah, this guy, even though his record looked good, I wouldn't consider him like a winner though. And he just rubbed me the wrong way based on, how he ended that fight. So for me, I'm going with Navajo Sterling. I think he finishes him on the feet, or another unanimous decision. Just picks him apart. Real strategic. Striking like usual. He's crispy, man. He's crispy. I believe in Navajo. So I got my money on Navajo for sure. The Australia, New Zealand, baby. All right. On to the next fight. We got Tom Nolan versus Charlie Campbell. Tom Nolan is a dog. He's a dog. 9-1-0 versus Charlie Campbell, 9-2-0. Records almost identical. Okay. They're both coming off of wins. Tom Nolan 6'3". Charlie is 6 foot. Like I said, they're both coming off of W's. Tom Nolan got 5 wins by KO. He's 3-1 to UFC. His only loss was a KO loss to Nicholas Mota. Nicholas Mota's a Energizer bunny, yo. He just keeps going. He has that. I think it was like a fight of the year contender last year. Yeah, that's a good loss, man. Nicholas Mota's good. Nicholas Mota's good. Let's look at his record. See, yeah, 5 wins by knockout, 9-1, absolute dog. Striker, he likes to mix it up. Body head. Ooh, got a win over Borshev. Borshev is a dog. Unanimous decision, okay. All right. Let's go back to Charlie. Let's see how we look at 6 wins by knockout. You know what though? He's actually moving down from 170. So I wonder how that weight cut is gonna feel. I know it's only 15 pounds, but I wonder how that weight is gonna feel. Yeah, man. Striker, crispy striker with six KOs. All right. And he likes to mix it up a little bit. Likes to mix it up. I see 4 out of 10 takedowns in the UFC. 2-0 in the UFC. Similar win right there. This is a toss-up. Yo. I think I'm going to go for the Aussie boy. I'm going to stick with Tom Nolan. Like I said, I think he's a dog, yo. I think he's a dog. I think his striking is crisp. We've seen him go the distance. I believe they both have distance capabilities, but I think this is going to be a banger right here. It's going to be a banger. This is another fight going under the radar. I got Tom Nolan, though. Tom Nolan. That's who we betting on. That's who we betting on, baby. That's who we betting on. Tom Nolan for the W. So let's go on to the next fight. Okay. We got Jake Matthews versus the best journeyman there is. Neil motherfucking Magny. but I love Neil Magny. This dude's weird, bro. Like, he either gets obliterated or obliterates. One of the two. And he just does not go away, bro. His cardio is unmatched. Unmatched. And then he's solid everywhere. Solid striker, solid grappler, and like I said, cardio for days. But this is a good scrap right here. Jake Matthews, predominantly a grappler. Has decent striking, at least enough to get and take down distance. But yeah, man. You know, like that, bro. That reach right there for Neil Magny is different. Let me show y'all. Right above. Where you at? Right, that bow. 80-inch reach versus 73. That's crazy. That's crazy, bro. That reach is something different. For sure. I can tell y'all right now. I'm a Magny fan, so I might be a little biased, but I'm gonna take Neil Magny in this fight. You know, like, here we go. Oh my God! I just noticed. Wait, cause I'm looking at my notes. Another fight got canceled. God damn. Justin Tafa versus Louis Sutherland. You know, I was excited to see if Tafa could get a knockout or be knocked out, one or two. That's what he do. Louis Sutherland was debuting in the UFC, so we was about to see something new. Man, no new heavyweight contender possibly, but of course, you know, got canceled. So there's that. Whatever. Anyways, back to the Jake Matthews and Neil Magny fight. Neil Magny 30-14, you know, 23-12 in the UFC, 3-3 in the last 6. 50-50, like I said, either gets obliterated or obliterates, you know. 9 wins by KO, 4 wins by sub. He's literally fought the who's who in the welterweight division. Yeah, this guy, bro. He's a legend to say the least. Jake Matthews, we got 13-6 in the UFC. He's on a 3-fight winning streak. 6 wins by KO and 8 by submission. That's very well rounded. Very well rounded. I would say definitely looks to get you on the ground first though. You know, he's another one who's fought good fighters, you know, has a good record. I think for this one, I'm gonna have to go for my boy. I told you I'm a little biased, but I love watching Neil Magny fight. So I'm gonna go for my boy Neil. Don't let me down, baby. Don't let me down. If you let me down, I'ma kill you, dog. I'ma kill you, dog. Neil, please. I just need a dub. You know, put some money in my pockets. Be a nice guy. Alright. Next fight. We got Jake Jenkins versus Ramon Taveras. I seen both of them only fight like one time in the UFC. So this is like one of them I'm gonna kind of like breeze past a little bit. You know. This fight is in the 145 division. 145. Jake Jenkins is 13-4 versus Ramon's 10-3. They both have a loss in that last fight. Ramon actually just lost to Davey Grant. I like Davey Grant. Gritty vet. Super solid. So that's a good loss. 5 wins by KO. Talking about Ramon. 5 wins by KO and 3 by sub. Predominantly a striker. Jake Jenkins got 6 wins by KO, 3 by sub. But he's a good striker, man. Good striker and good grappler. Like, real quick, just so we could look at his stats. If you look at it, well-rounded, bro. Well-rounded. 61% striking accuracy, 64 takedown. That man's well-rounded. You know, I would say for me, he's an Aussie boy. I kind of don't want to bet against the Aussie boy. Let's look at... I think I got Jake. I definitely got Jake for this fight. I think Ramon, I don't really believe in him. I say this loss and another loss, he's probably out of the UFC. But we'll see. We'll see. I could be wrong. Hey, bro, I'm human. Let me be. I'm human, bro. Jake Jenkins. I'm betting on you, dog. Betting on you. Let's go to the next fight. We got Jimmy Crute versus Ivan Urslan. We was just talking about Ivan. Lost to Navajo. Jimmy Crute, solid fighter. Solid fighter, but he's... I don't know, man. I don't know if I could believe in him. You know, he got dismantled by Anthony Smith. Anthony Smith is a legend, but Anthony Smith was kind of already on his downward slide. But he calf kicked the hell out of Jimmy Crute, you know? Solid calf kiss. That man, that was that famous video of him getting up, trying to be tough, but kept rolling his shit. Because he got hit in that, perineal nerve, and he couldn't pick up his foot. He just kept rolling it. Yeah, they had to stop the fight. That was bad. And then he got dynamite in those hands, yo. This is a scary dude. Jimmy's coming off of a win. Ivan's coming off of a loss. Jimmy Crute, 5-4-2 in the UFC. That's I say, bro, if he loses 2 more fights, I think he's out of the UFC. So he gotta win this one, bro. 5 wins by KO, 5 wins by sub. Like I said, he's good, well-rounded. It's just, it's hard to bet on him because he's almost like a 50-50 fighter right now, you know? But yeah, man, this is a scary fight for him. He's fighting Ivan. 10 wins by KO, this guy, bro. 11 first-round finishes. Aggressive. Real aggressive, this dude. Straight striker. You know, accuracy not that great. But yeah. 0-2 in the UFC. It's not looking good. Not looking good for my boy Ivan. But like I said, I'm not really believing in Jimmy like that. I know it's fucked up, but should I bet against the Aussie boy? I say Ivan, real aggressive in that first round, gets a KO. Gets a KO. That's what we doing. We betting on the bald man. Let's bet on the bald man. Ivan, put some money in my pockets. Let's move on to the next fight, yo. The main fight in the card. The fight that this card was built around. You know? Carlos Ulberg versus Dominic Reyes. This is a banger of a fight. I feel like this card is not getting the respect that it should. It's going to be kind of short, if we're being real, because we lost 2 fights already. But at least we can get quicker to this fight. So I think in this fight, somebody getting laid out. Somebody getting laid out for sure. Like I said, bro. Look. Let's dissect this one real quick. Let's dissect this one. So Dominic Reyes, 15-4-0. This guy is the only fighter I think beat John Jones. That fight was hard to deny, bro. He was hurting John. He was outlanding John, stuffing his takedowns. Like it was a good back and forth fight, but I think Dominic did enough to get that W. But you know, John Jones was the GOAT. He got the nod, I guess. But yeah, that's the only thing about that is all his 4 losses, I'm pretty sure, are all KO. All KO. Let's check this out. 10 wins by KO, 2 by sub, 11 first round. Aggressive, this dude, bro. Last 3 KOs were nice. Nice, bro. That Dustin Jacoby knockout, vicious. He absolutely dominated Anthony Smith and then killed Krylov, bro. Nikita Krylov got dominated. Every one of these, bro. The Anthony Smith one hurt. That one hurt. But yeah, look at these knockouts, bro. Don't get me wrong, it's two good fighters though. Okay, so I was tripping. So he lost to John Jones, fought Blachowicz, got absolutely mollywopped in that fight. Reyes, Prohashka, spinning back elbow, disgusting. And then Ryan Spann, nasty KO. Yeah, these were 3 bad KOs back to back. But then look how resilient this guy is. Next fight, KOs Jacoby. Nasty. You know what though? Look at the dates. Look at the dates. Let me see if I can scroll up a little bit. Okay, so right above my head you see 2022 when he fought Ryan Spann. Took 2 years off. And then 2024 came back. That 2 years did him wonders, yo. Cause right now, he looks like Dominic Reyes of old, bro. Before John Jones fight. Looking crispy, bro. Looking crispy. Dynamite in those hands. But then he's facing Carlos Ulberg. This dude's a tactician. City kickboxing. Those strikers over there are no joke. They're no joke. 13-1, 7 KOs, 1 by sub, 6 first round. I'm pretty sure he's coming off of decision wins. Yeah. Oh, he beat Blachowicz. He beat Ozdemir. Beat Menefeld. But he KO'd Menefeld. But the Ozdemir and the Blachowicz fight, I would say, I mean, they were alright. They were okay fights. But Ulberg is just, he's too good. He's too good with the distance control. He's looking good right now. I would say he's kind of on like a tear, but he's gonna have to KO Reyes. He's gonna have to KO. This is a tough one. Oof, this for me. I know it sounds crazy, but it's a 50-50 for me. I wanna go for my city kickboxing homie, bro. Let's go for Carlos Ulberg. Let's get this W. Los. You gotta get this KO win, bro. Because if you don't KO him, he gonna KO you. Straight up. Let's be real, bro. Dominic Reyes with that fade back cross, left hand cross, clean, bro. That's a problem right there. So, hey, we been on our boy Carlos Ulberg. Get this dub, baby. Bring a W to Perth. Bring a W to City Kickboxing, yo. City Kickboxing, they need some wins, bro. Some motivation. Because I need my boy to Izzy. Izzy's my GOAT. I need him to come back, fight Sean Strickland. That's what it's looked like it might happen. Either Sean Strickland versus Robert Whittaker or Izzy versus Sean Strickland. I'm praying it's Izzy versus Sean. Because if he could get that W back, he start building up again. Hopefully get that rematch. I want him to rematch Imavov. But anyways, you know what this card is about? Carlos. Let's talk about Carlos. Yeah, bring back a W to City Kickboxing, bro. They need a W for sure. Alright, that's the main card. That was the card. And I'm looking forward to this one. This one's looking good, yo. Yeah, I would say, you know, this is one of them cards that's flying on the radar, but it's gonna have bangers of some fights for sure. Bangers. You know, maybe this could be like Noche UFC. All the Australians win. I don't see that. My boy Neil Magny will get a W. That's my boy. I'm betting on him. I think pretty much everybody else that I'm betting on are Australian. Hold on, let me look at my notes. Let me see. I got Ivan. Yep, Ivan's gonna win that against Jimmy Krug. Yeah. So Ivan and Neil. Those are the two. That I'm betting on. Everybody else Australian. So just to recap, I got Jamie Malarkey. I had Oban Elliott, but that got canceled. Andre Prochaska. Oh, another non-Australian. So Tom Elliott. Tom Nolan. So we got Jamie Malarkey, Andre Prochaska, Navajo Sterling, Tom Nolan. I had Justin Tafa, got canceled. Neil Magny, Jake Jenkins, Yvonne Urslan, and my boy Ulberg. That's the betting parlay right there. If I hit that parlay, crazy. If I could do that. But you guys let me know who you betting on. Pray that your boy get this W. You know, a couple dollars in my pocket. It's nice. I appreciate it. Come on, UFC gods. MMA gods, please. Oh my gosh. Well, good luck. And until next time, peace.